Hi everyone, meteorologist Joe Chaffee on this Wednesday. He's here, right here. Hold on, let me just get him. Yeah, I know. Just say hi to everybody. There he is. He loves to park himself sometimes right on my arm as I'm trying to work my computer and my mouse. He seems to be in nap mode at the moment. Okay, so kind of got behind schedule here today because I had a few things to do, as we all do and have lives to live. So I'm going to do a fast video today, folks. It just I think you'll probably have a welcome relief if I can keep it under to 10 minutes or even to 5 or 6. But let's go forward with respect to tonight and tomorrow. First off, we are nice and cool here in the Northeast, relatively speaking. It's not too bad in terms of temperatures at the moment. If the map's not loading for me. Okay, well, I guess it's not. Figured I'd give it a try. But we're into the 60s, and we've got some nice sunshine and a bit of a breeze. But here comes that next weather system from the southern plains, and there's going to be severe weather late this afternoon and tonight across East Texas, Louisiana, and in through Mississippi. It's not going to impact North Texas so much, or the areas that got hit around the Dallas-Fort Worth area. This is going to be to the east of that particular area. They had the big severe weather around last weekend. But here's that low. It starts to move to the northeast into the Ohio Valley, and we have high pressure that's going to hold on for one more day. So I think Thursday we'll have sunshine giving way to arriving clouds. And you can see here by tomorrow night, we have showers and thunderstorms from eastern Kentucky down into southern Georgia. I think there might be a minimal, let's call it a marginal risk for the severe weather in the southeast for tomorrow, and tomorrow night as that system moves on to the northeast. But here comes that heavy rain for Friday. It's pretty much on course. It's going to be on the order of an inch or two. I think that's a pretty good bet. And this is because you can't see him, but my cat is like leaning on my arm, so he's creating problems for me when I'm trying to work the computer. But there's that heavy rain during the day, Friday into Friday evening, and then it lifts out. And because the weather system in the east just sort of sits there near Toronto and in western New York, we're just going to, I think, have to deal with showers during the day Saturday, and then maybe even on Sunday as well, although it doesn't rain all of the time. This is the big issue with respect to the block that we're going to be in, because that's going to keep things very cool in the Northeast through the first part of next week. And in fact, it does set up the next system out in the plains to dive southward with some rain Tuesday night and Wednesday. And this will be a chilly rain at that, that moves down with this low that comes right across the Great Lakes into southeastern Pennsylvania and eventually moves off the mid-Atlantic coast. This is the new GFS model run that I'm showing you. And when we look at the upper air with this, and I'll put that up in just a second. Upper dynamics. All right, so here you have the upper air for today. This is the initial map for which is at 8 a.m. for this morning. Here's that next trough. You can see the block just on the edge here beginning to build up in through Greenland, and this ridge starts to fly up in the western part of the United States. And then that trough really becomes very vigorous. We have a vigorous upper low in the Ohio Valley, which makes its way, which kind of opens up, and then another area of energy in this trough dives southward and gets involved as we go through the weekend and into early next week. But that upper low just kind of sits there up through southeastern Canada. And here's the blocking high right in here. I mean, this is really very, very powerful. So you can see how it displaces the jet way to the south of normal. And this is typical of springtime blocks. Depending on where the upper lows in the east set up, determine really just what kind of weather we're going to have, whether it winds up being more problematic or less problematic. The model runs for quite a while. We're suggesting that this upper low would settle south of Long Island and east of the Jersey coast for a couple of days. In fact, the new model runs from last night have a slightly different solution because it takes this system out but then it has another system behind it that gets involved for next weekend, and you can see it here off the East Coast. Again, blocks are funny things. They're highly unstable, and we're going to probably see some more changes in how the upper pattern sets up over time. But in the short range, I think we're pretty well set for this rainfall that's coming for the end of the week. We'll look at the latest rainfall forecast maps for you and see what they tell us, because we certainly have enough of the new GFS to figure out what the total rainfall is going to be. So here we have through Thursday afternoon, Thursday night, Friday afternoon, already showing almost 2 inches of rain, if you want to believe this. Rain totals through tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. So I've been saying a general 1 to 2 inch rainfall for much of this area, and I don't see any reason why I have to change that. And also north and west, because of how the surface low is tracking along and west of the Appalachians, there will be a stripe of 2 to 4 inch rains possibly from southeastern Missouri northeastward through central Illinois, through Indiana into southeastern Michigan and northwestern Ohio. So that makes total sense. And of course, you get a little bit of a gap where the mountains are, with a low running right up the Appalachian mountain chain, and then the Atlantic moisture, you see where that gets involved east of the mountains. I think this makes total sense in terms of the overall forecast. And again, the other issue with regards to the blocking in the east is the fact that temperatures are going to be running below normal on average, except for Friday, because of the fact that this surface low is going where it's going. So we're cooler than normal today. We're kind of, a little warmer than normal on Friday, but then you can see all below normal temperatures here for Saturday, Sunday, Monday. A little bit of above normal comes into the Ohio Valley on Tuesday, but again, it depends on the structure of the block. If it winds up looking like this, the way this cold pool is set up, the upper low is oriented this way. Okay, so this isn't too bad, because that actually allows for some milder air to come eastward across into the Ohio Valley, if that's the case. Where it would be problematic is if you have this upper low, if you were to have the upper low, say something like this, okay, where it's sitting this way, then all of this area would wind up being below normal. So that's a totally different setup. So it's going to be important to see going forward how that plays. And when we look at, I'm out now through late next week, we are still showing mostly below normal temperatures throughout the Northeast and through much of the Great Lakes. Very interesting weather pattern setting up for the beginning of May. All right, I'm going to call it a day now because I got to get on the road. All right, check out latest website posts on meteorologistjoechaffee.com. Of course, Angry Ben has the New York City outlook on nycweathernow.com, and you can, of course, be a YouTube video subscriber by hitting the subscribe button on my channel page. It goes a long way to help me out. It's absolutely free. Love having subscribers. I'd like more and more as we grow this channel to become maybe a premier weather channel one day. You never know. My goals are high. All right, everybody, have a great day. We'll talk to you later.